Alright, and we are back. Or I am back. With some more Duelist of the Roses. As you can see from this screen, I dueled Seto quite a bit. In fact, I dueled him 16 times and won every single one of them. Because if you know how to beat him, especially with the deck, I basically used the deck from last time with some small changes while I was doing this. I got close to losing twice. But since we can kinda maneuver around it and have our ways to deal with blue ice specifically, this wasn't even too difficult. However, he doesn't have that many cards, turns out, that I truly want, and the main reason why I'm at 17 at this point is because at some point I was like, you know what, I want one more reincarnation, and I want to see if I can rank up our deck leaders for a bit. Now, the second part didn't really work out. I ranked up one and I'll show you in a bit. But before I show you the deck I'll want to use to try this guy, whose name I'm not going to pronounce. I'll put up a picture of, because I didn't record the farming, because as you can see it was quite a bit, even though I was at I tripled the speed of the emulator, but it still took way too long, since you sometimes have to wait until they play certain cards and stuff. And I also try to beat them very quick, so I have less cards in the pool, which worked out quite well. Twice. I mean, it worked out more than twice, but twice was pretty good. And so I'll put it up here to show you, but I'll go over the important cards in the deck basically now when the picture is gone. Yeah, so let's go into the deck and see. We are still quite under the deck cost of our opponent, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but who knows. But our deck leader is still Rose Spectre of Dun. I could change this, but I have two of her, and the other ones don't really do much. Like, the other ones have movement bonus, which is nice, but only have one Wangu and one Pegasus, and I want to keep them both in the deck because of our forest, and because I do want to still level them. Her lead abilities increase strength for same type friendlies, like around the area, which can be nice to defend this spot. So yeah, we have Senga of Thunder, which ironically I got by reincarnating Suijin, which should be also somewhere in the screen. Which I also got by reincarnating something. I kind of forgot what it was, but doesn't matter. Then we have Roaring Ocean Snake, which I also got by reincarnating Suijin, which is basically a better Kairushin, because this, when it's flipped up, also transforms everything into sea terrain adjacent, and when it battles, it transforms stuff into sea terrain. I'm pretty sure Marco Tsunami uses this card quite a bit when you duel him on the other in the other story mode. Then I put in two mountains. As you know, field spells are king in this, or field zones are king in this game mostly. I added one Kaiser Dragon because I added the mountains, or rather, I added the mountains because I added Kaiser Dragon, whichever way you want. It's just 2300, a dragon, 43 cost. I basically removed all the other dragons. I tried to make the double-handed Thunder Dragon fusion work, it just does not work. And I don't know if it does with Kaiser Dragon, so I'm not. So we have two Invitation to a Dark Sleep. That can just, give us the time to attack while everything is spellbound, so we don't trigger traps, for example. Then, one of the really, really good cards we got from farming Seto and getting 3 of the same parts in the slot machine is Temple of Skulls. Now, if you know Duelist of the Roses, you might know this card. If not, this is a pretty unassuming card. But its special power is that while this card is face up, in defense position, all magic and ritual cards are rendered ineffective. Now, I don't know how many magic cards our opponent uses, but chances are he does have Dark Hole and Raigeki and stuff. So if we can get this on the field early and protect it, that might be pretty insane. Then we got more Sword Stalkers. I have 3 of those. I put them in because turns out Sword Stalker is quite good. Like, he helped us win against Seto probably 3 or 4 times, like on its own, because if you activate him or if you use him late enough, he can get over 3k, which is just so good. I have 3 of those now. It's also pretty easy to get from Seto. Then a Swordsman from a foreign land. We only got 1, sadly, but this is basically a Man-Eater which can come in handy. Firewing Pegasus, stay the same. King Tiger Wing is the same, and as you can see, both of them in rank 3. Hourglass of Life. We have 2 of those. I only put in 1. And basically, if my life points are higher than 1000, and this card gets destroyed, it revives 4 monsters with the highest attack from both graveyards in my control, which is insane. And then Hourglass of Courage, which has a similar effect, but increases the points by 1000 instead of reviving monsters. So still pretty good if we have enough life points. And it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Life points are more of a currency at this point. Then I have still 1 Hercules Beetle. I have to put in some stuff, I guess, and it does take advantage of Forest. Then 1 Needleworm for Cocoon of Evolution, which we also only have 1. Hunter Spider, I don't know, I didn't take it out. I could. I actually might, I don't know. Then still Kairyu-Shin, because this gives itself the field bonus. Patrol Robo is nice to see what the opponent has. Then our Rose Spectre, and one of the really good cards we got from Seto, which is also really easy to get. So if you ever want to play this game, Seto is the way to get this card. It's Monster Reborn. We got 3 of those. Obviously, once I got 3, I stopped going for it, but until I got a few, I really tried to get it. And this was actually, was it one I got 3 of in one roulette? I'm not entirely sure. I think it was, or it was close. But yeah, this is one of them. 3 of them in the deck. We have the deck cost 3 Forest, the Labyrinth Wall, which is also really good depending on the field. Beast Fang, Mystical Moon, then our Coconut Evolution. And our traps, 3 Spellbinding Circle. We did get 1 Shadow Spell, which is also really good. Invisible Wire, still good. I kinda wanted to farm Pegasus more, but I really didn't want to fight Pegasus. And another insane card, which we got from getting a special card for getting 3 of the same, is Gorgon's Eye. Which is a permanent trap that triggers when an enemy card completes its move in defense position, automatically cancels the enemy's card's move, and eternally spellbinds it. Now, the NPCs have a tendency to put their spell and traps in defense. I don't know if they still do it if you have this on the field. They might, though. So this is also quite insane. I was honestly hoping to get a Blue Eyes or something, because, Blue Eyes is pretty cool, but I think Gorgon's Eye and the Temple of Skulls are 2 pretty big wins. So I can live with that. And they're expensive cards, but obviously, since our deck cost limit is 1900, no problem. Then 2 Magic Gemmers to have more magic protection. Yeah, that's basically the deck. We also got some stuff like, we have an Eternal Rest. I think this is also from Reincarnation. X of Despair is sadly not as good in this game. It's just Beast Warriors and Fiends. Anything else? I mean, the relevant cards are on the higher deck cost side, I think. So yeah, Millennium Guard, Millennium Golem, Royal Guard. Yeah, Great Mammoth of Gold, but just random stuff, like a lot of stuff we don't want. Hannibal Necromancer is something we got. We also got the Castle of Illusion, for example, which we are not using here. There it is. Castle of Dark Illusion, sorry. You know, just a bunch of stuff. Nothing really that, you know, useful, but I wanted to take this out. And I don't know. Let's put in something expensive. Let's put in... I would put in Drankseeker, but turns out Fiends get debuffed on Forest, which is quite annoying. Do we have something that gets... Oh yeah, I guess I can put in Gorvis. He gets stronger on the Forest as well. So yeah, that's the deck. And then we'll try to beat the guy, I guess. We'll see. I don't know how this will turn out. I do not remember this opponent at all. Like, I remember Zeto, I remember Yugi, I remember Marco, I remember Lola. I do remember a lot of these opponents. I do not remember this guy at all. Like, what's he doing? Oh, straight to the battle, huh? Not much talking. Oh, the music. Damn. Oh, right. Well, that's a thing. Well, that's a thing. That's actually good, because, oh my god. After playing with triple speed, this is really weird. But I do not want to speed up the triple in this case. Okay. Okay, that's a Sword Stalker. Okay, so these cards obviously not that great for a start, but we can put this to defense. To defend ourselves a little bit. Let's put down our Sword Stalker. And do this, and this. Again, I don't know if he will even put them in defense when Gorgon's Eye is actually on the field. Right? That's obviously not, I don't know. We'd have to figure that out on the go. So what I definitely need to do is get rid of the Crush area. Because there's a high chance that the deck of him is built around this, while mine isn't, and there we go. At least to some degree. Good start, good start. Sword Stalker will go on the outside. Now, right now, Sword Stalker wouldn't have much to gain, point-wise. I was wondering if I overdid the farming, or if I just got too lucky with Gorgon's Eye and Tempspell. Ooh. Okay. So this will be, I don't know what this is going to be. So this is, this is risky. At least this isn't modern Skull Guardian, am I right? I was hoping for a better target, I'm not gonna lie. Megamorph, so it could be anything. That's good. Okay, I want to check something. Okay. Gravity Bind. Does this infinitely spellbind? This eternally spellbinds activate enemy card and reduce its strength by 1500 points. What the fuck? Okay, man. That's a little much, don't you think? At least it's consistent. Even in this game, Gravity Bind is dumb. You would think eternally spellbinding a card would be good enough, but no. It's gotta reduce its attack by 1500 as well. We're gonna get rid of that. I don't want to have that. But I think we can now well, maybe not confidently, but I think it's pretty safe to say that he does not put stuff in defense while Gorgon size up. Which could be good for us. I was hoping another Dark Elf. Interesting. Perfect. Yeah, I do. That's basically what I wanted. I wanted to trigger that our labyrinth wall, which we successfully did, which is really nice. You need to... yeah, it's such a dumb effect. Let's move this over here. Move you here. And then activate the effect and... okay. That's just... I don't know, that's just rude. Isn't that just rude? But now we know. Time Seal. Was Time Seal good in this game? I mean, he's got it in the deck, so it can't be that bad. Oh, still triggered. Well, we can check. I want to know. So, permanently spellbinds the monster with the highest attack on the field. Okay. Did you permanently spellbind your own card? Oh no, I magic damn it. Duh. So what? He's all about permanently spellbinding stuff? Like... yeah, let's not actually use this right now. Is that another Time Seal? No, it's Grave Robber. Let's just grab some... yeah. Which is another Time Seal. It's kind of hilarious. Let's get rid of Gorgons. Oh no, it's Gravity Bind. Oh, I'm glad I did that. I guess. Yeah, let's put on another Magic Jammer. Just in case. What is that? Skull Net, okay. I mean, we expected him to have that. It's a spellcaster though, so it doesn't, at least doesn't get bonus from our fields. Which is good in one way, but this is horrifying. put this down. Move up here. I wouldn't mind grabbing Skull Knight with a Monster Reborn. Okay, he's down to 1950. Let's get rid of that card because it's permanently spellbound and that's annoying. I might have magic on my... Okay. Yeah, let's get a Kaiser Dragon. I mean, it's it's pretty much the only card we can get, so... That's actually not too bad, because then I don't move too far into that territory. Yeah, I don't trust this not being another Skull Knight or something. So I'll put down the Sweatbinding Circle first before I put down the Pegasus. It's a Feral Imp. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, what? Solomon's Lawbook. That doesn't sound good. What does this do? If a card is already played from your hand, you can play another card. Oh. I mean, that's basically your bird, just not costing anything. Yeah, sadly we can't power our Pegasus up anymore. But this is pretty... I mean, we are cooking this guy. Let's see if this persists or if we just... Nope. I think we did it. Well, I'm maybe... I mean, maybe I overdid it, but at the same time, the only card I'm using that I didn't have before is Kaiser Dragon. And I do have equivalent cards, so I think I might have overdone it in a way that, well, Monster Reborn. Okay, yeah, but that was easy to get. I got that like after 2 or 3 fights. So yeah, I might have overdone that a little, I guess. And this is kind of annoying because this is going to be a short episode if nothing else happens. But, I mean, what can I do, right? That's like... I didn't expect to win that fast. Usually, I mean, remember the duels against Seto, that took forever. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Let's just continue, get our card, and see if this is actually it for this campaign, because, again, I do not remember quite that well. Oh, Solomon's Lawbook is in there as well, and Gemini Elf. And, okay. Oh, okay. And a Dark Elf, well, I'm not... Actually, this is honestly one of the... This is basically... This is similar to having Pot of Greed. Not quite, obviously, but... It allows you easier access to higher level monsters early on. And Dark Elf, I mean... You know... 2000 attack, 50 life points is nothing. That's pretty good. Oh, we almost got triple Gemini Elf. I wonder what he gives if you get triple. Like, I don't know if it's like a standard set or like completely random, or if some have the same, but yeah, he's the guardian of the cards. Oh, there's an achievement. Yep. Oh, he's screaming. Oh, and he vanished. That is sad. I remember that screen though. Okay, he left a message for those who follow the past. The Guardian, who falleth at the hand of man, was not but a mere mortal. Oh my god. Seek the true Guardian. Yada. Wait, did Seto just fucking vanished as well? That's weird. Can I get his cool blue eyes ornament out 2 months later? Okay. Seto and his Rosicrucians were never captured, however, they were never... So wait, he just ran off. Henry VII was credited for ending this threat of Rose Crusaders and was dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god. I don't remember that. He was dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh! That's his title now? His title is Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Well. And I got forgotten. Of course. Of course. Okay. John D. the Alchemist, Emperor Rudolf II of Bohemia, and scholar Athanasius Kircher. What the fuck? Auction of... What is this story? Like, what is happening? Why are we doing this? Wilfred Voynich, an American collector of antique... What the fuck are we doing? Oh. So they are just... Okay. So, what they're doing is... They're like... Yeah, this happened. Totally happened. Obviously. But no one knows about us. Because the only written sources of that from Seto are the undeciphered Voynich manuscript. What the fuck? They really had to do this, right? I mean, they really didn't. Oh, what? So I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember what the... Okay. So again, in the ultimate wisdom of me using hotkeys, since I didn't record the farming session, I apparently didn't realize that the button I used to take screenshots on the emulator is the same button that stops the recording. That's great. So okay, I'll do this differently because I stopped the recording twice now because I'm stupid. So I'm gonna open something else, do this, and write it into a document. Because, goddamn. No, I gotta... Okay. That was amazing. At least it's not... Didn't happen during a duel, and I noticed it right away. Otherwise, that would have been quite weird. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero chapter end. Yeah, okay. So we... Yes, I want to save this. Yes, I want to overwrite this. Oh my god. At least it's not Pokemon asking me 7 times. But yeah! We won. That's great. Yeah, this was a pretty short episode. I don't know. Does anyone want to see the credits? Because, I mean, I don't mind, but I'll leave them in, I think. I will talk about it. Let's talk. Let's talk a bit. Okay? Let's talk. So, with this being done, like the Red Rose chapter, obviously I'm going to do the White Rose chapter. I'm not entirely sure if we can continue the save file. Because if we can, I would. Just to, you know, have the leader stuff, you know, a little further. And we'll see how long this takes. I think if we can keep the save file and keep the cards, the White Rose campaign shouldn't take that long. And I don't think I will do much more farming, I hope, even though... I mean, I kind of want to. Maybe I'll do this if I decide, because there's a consideration to get all the achievements, right? Obviously, that would be an extra thing after... Oh, I bumped the microphone. That would be an extra thing after I finish the White Rose campaign, because you have to do some stuff that will take a while, that needs some grinding. But yeah, I think it was pretty nice. I really enjoy this game. I'll turn down the volume a little bit during the cutscenes. Let me do this. I enjoy this game quite a bit. As a child, obviously, as a teenager, I struggled more than I did now, way more. I think it's safe to say that the final opponent wasn't as hard if you just, change the area in the middle, have magic gemmers and stuff. Oh, we're already done, huh? Yeah, we are. That's great. I'm so used... Sorry. I'm so used to credits taking like 45 minutes. I just finished The Last of Us Part 1 again. For the first time in like, what? 12 years or something? No, that can't be right. Whenever Last of Us Part 1 originally released. And then those credits were long. So having this short be is quite nice. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I will do the White Rose campaign after this. I don't know if I will start it before next week. Or if I do something else in between, aside from the Master Duel stuff that is going on right now. It's just... But yeah, I will definitely do that. And then if I finish that, I might finish up all the other achievements, which will be a grind, and I need to, level up, deck leaders and stuff, because I looked at the achievements and you need to find, like, all the hidden cards, which you needed special, deck master ability for. So, I don't know. Other things I plan, and I don't know if I get around to it, is playing Forbidden Memories again. The OG, like one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games most of the people my age played. And, a notoriously hard game. Way harder than what we did now. Because you don't have that much of this. And I was thinking about doing the achievements there as well. I looked at them and it's also really, really grindy. But I enjoy that game, so I don't know, maybe. And a game, and I talked about this before, I think, the Capsule Monster Colosseum game, right? I have it. I can play it already, so that's not the issue. And I don't remember anything about the game. I remember enjoying it a little, but that's it. It's like, I kind of liked it, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe. Or I'll just, continue with the White Rose campaign and just push right through so I have this done. But we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty free to do whatever. Like, there's no expectation right now. So this is pretty nice. Other than that, yeah, I'd probably, try to play some other stuff that's not Yu-Gi-Oh! Because after this, there's nothing really left that I want to play from Yu-Gi-Oh! Aside from, at least nothing that's not the just standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, right? Because there's obviously the Early Days collection, which I haven't bought yet, because, in my opinion, I'm not willing to spend like 45 bucks on Game Boy games anymore. Like, I have other priorities, really. And then I might, because I really, really want to play this again, is Digimon World 2003, which I finished the main story. I never finished the, like, so if you played this game and you never played the PAL version of the game, the PAL version, as far as I know, it's only the PAL version. Maybe the... Well, I guess the Japanese version is the PAL version as well. Anyway, the PAL version, the European one, had some basically post-campaign stuff, like a tournament sort of thing, and I never beat that. So I definitely want to play that again now. But, Digimon World 2003 is a long, long game. Like, that's a long game. It's one of the best games ever made. It's the best Digimon game ever made, in my opinion. I personally don't like World 1 that much. World 2 is absolute trash, in my opinion. I hate that game. So, and 2003 is like one of my key childhood memories. I love that game. And I'm just talking because the video's otherwise pretty short. So let me think. What else can I say? Other games that I might want to play for the channel include Digimon World 4, which is also a terrible game, but it's fun, in my opinion. I played this game a lot when I had it. Alone, mind you. Which is kind of sad considering it's a like 4-player co-op game, but I think the game had some potential. It just wasn't a Digimon World game, was it? Like it was a little strange. But you could collect cards, which is always a plus for me, which is also possible in Digimon World 3 2003, and it has an amazing card game inside. And you get cards by fishing Digimon, which is insane because I love fishing in video games where I can just chill out. Other games that... Well, other games don't really come to mind right now. I don't know, like, I know Digimon Rumble Arena exists. I might do some Pokemon stuff, maybe. But I don't really enjoy Nuzlocke. So that's not, I don't know. Maybe I'll try again. And if I do and I enjoy it, I will upload that. If I don't, I just won't. And if I do, it probably will be like Infinite Fusion or something, you know, something that's not mainstream. Not mainstream, not of the mainline games, because I don't really want to play the really old ones, and recording DS stuff sounds like a pain. And I don't have the new stuff. Or rather, I don't have the last one. I have Legends Arceus and Sword and Shield, but I can't record the Switch at the moment, and I don't want to run this on not an emulator, of course. So yeah, that's out of the question. So if I do Pokemon, it's probably going to be some sort of ROM hack. Maybe it's just a playthrough of a ROM hack that's interesting to me. I don't know. I never really been into ROM hacks too much, except Infinite Fusion, which is not really a ROM hack, but its own game, and you know, we'll see. But yeah, that are the plans right now. Aside from just continuing the Master Duel stuff. Maybe some Master Duel stuff. I keep saying this, but there's an idea I have, and I keep, you know, delaying it to work on that and how to make it work, actually. Another thing is that I saw, and I don't know if this was there before, and I will probably say this in a Master Duel video again, but there are loner decks now that you can use in ranked. So my idea is to maybe use those decks and try to get as far as I can, or use those decks as a basis and basically work with them and try to make them competitive. You know, like if you watch the original Nim sealed only stuff, you know, or the refs card sealed only, so where you start with a structure deck or like with a pre-built deck and then get packs to improve on that deck to make it viable, right? And with the loner decks, that could work. The problem is, you can't... and I don't know why I'm explaining this right now, because it's obviously not to do with Duelist of the Rose, but you can't use the... you can use the loner decks and improve on them. You have to build the loner decks and then put cards in it, obviously. So I would need the currency and stuff to build the deck without getting too many cards from it to then build upon it, right? So you know what I mean? It's like, it's a little complicated because obviously I can open all the packs, but then I have more cards than I need, and then what's the point of then, you know, doing the masochist thing where you win and get a pack, but a secret pack, and then you have to consider that you can't just open the secret pack every time. You know, it's a little complicated to do that, but the base loner decks, it's kind of fun because we have Rescue Ace, which I never played, Exorcisters, which I never played, and 3 other ones, which I also, Eldritch, I think, and 2 other ones, which I also haven't played as far as I remember. But that's that's a long way off, I think, because again, I don't know how that would work out, and I don't really want to use my main account for that. I don't really want to use a Masochist account for that, even though I do have a lot of material, unless I'm like, okay, Masochist is done, then I could switch to that and, you know, make a cut or something, dismantle all the cards or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Because on a new account, I don't think I would have the resources to do this properly. Yeah, other than that, again, the next thing is going to be pretty much Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Digimon related. Probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably the White Rose campaign. Or it's going to be some Capsule Monster stuff. Unless it's Digimon World 2003, which it's probably not for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I rambled on long enough, so the video is not like 10 minutes long, I guess. So I guess I'll see you in the next campaign or game. Thanks for watching, watching me play the Red Rose campaign, one of my favorite games from my childhood. And we are only halfway done, right? So I guess I hope to see you in the next one when I continue on my journey to relive nostalgia I have for these weird games. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.